Menopause can be embraced as a new beginning. Hi, I'm Ruth and I run Menopause Mastery, where we help women to thrive and not just strive in menopause. Menopause is way more than the end of fertility. It represents such a complex shift that affects every aspect of women's health, women's life, presenting symptoms that can be super challenging or maybe not, depending on who you are. You know, some women get hot flushes, weight gain, sleep disturbances, all the 9 yards, whereas other ladies can actually sail through it with very little. But there are about 48 symptoms that women can get in menopause. Although I would question whether they're all actually down to menopause or whether some of them are just lifestyle symptoms. But that's for another day. But it is a very, very personal experience. But I have managed to shift perspective now since my very challenging perimenopause, which I talk about in another video. And I am seeing it as a new beginning, as a very special new beginning, and that this is the start of the rest of my life. And I want to talk to you today about how you can look at different areas of your life and see menopause in a very different light. So I think the first thing we need to do is to sink into understanding ourselves. The more you can understand yourself, the more you can make the necessary changes and know where to go to get help if you need it. And I'm just going to actually dive into showing you our book because it's very relevant at this point in the video. We've written a book called Menopause Mastery, and it's actually very much a self-coaching book with lots and lots of questions. So if you are going through a challenging time, this is perfect for you to dive into and really start to understand where you're at. Where's your mindset at? Where's your physical health at? What are you doing in your life that you could be doing more differently? And there's a page per question to answer, so you can get all the information down. So I'd really recommend that you go over and take a look on Amazon at that. So that really fits with what I just said about understanding ourselves. I think that's key. I dived into my mindset when I was in perimenopause and actually became a mindset coach on the back of it. But our mindset counts for a lot, and often we have a very fixed mindset depending on what we've inherited in our past. And again, that's for another video. But that can really stop us, and it may be that now is a good time for us to get some help. There is so much we can do naturally without having to resort to medication, even before we start taking HRT. Although HRT is absolutely brilliant for a lot of people, a lot of us don't feel that we need it or want to look for other areas. And I think that's where the one size fits one comes in. And I just want to read you a quote from this amazing book by Bryony Gordon, which is called Mad Woman. She writes, she's just so real in her writing. I love this very much. She really struggled in menopause and wasn't quite sure what was going on for her, but she started to embrace it, as I said at the beginning, as a new beginning. And one of the quotes is, I've written it down over here, although I'm going to hold the book up, but I begin to question my own negativity towards the menopause. Instead of being a miserable experience that ruins women and casts them onto the rubbish heap, could it be that the whole process is actually an opportunity? And that's exactly the way I like to look at it. And that's exactly what this is going to help you with, okay? So if it is an opportunity and we start to dive into ourselves, we can have an amazing second half of our lives by getting more in tune with who we are and by doing certain things. And I'm going to talk you through several things that you can start to do if you're not already. So the mindset part is crucial. Again, if you want to look at some of my other videos, I go specifically into what you can do to help with your mindset. But mindset really governs everything, so it's hugely important. And then we've got things like yoga and meditation. Can you get still enough to sit and understand yourself? Can you be in the present moment? Or are you somebody who has rushed around their whole lives like I had? You know, I had a real crash in perimenopause because my hormones were all over the place and I'd been busy the whole of my life. And all of a sudden, it was like the universe said to me, no, you've got to stop. So you really want to catch it before you get there by bringing in things like yoga and meditation. Get out in nature, go and stand in a river. I love standing with my feet in cold water. If you can feel it throughout the whole of your body, and it gives you time, you know, just walking in the woods, Even in your garden, just being outside every day gives you that time to be with yourself. And a guided meditation is perfect. If you are able to do meditation on its own, on your own, and just be very still, that sometimes takes some learning. And yoga can be such a wonderful one for getting in touch with your body. How is my body feeling? Where is my energy at? Where are the niggles in my body? And what can I start to do about them? So that's the second thing after mindset. Nutrition. We've done loads of videos on nutrition. Nutrition can be such a big reason why you are getting so many symptoms. And the video I did before this was all about mood and actually depression type symptoms and feeling down, mood swings. All of those can actually be caused a lot of the time by what we're putting into our bodies. So nutrition is absolutely key, and actually switching things up so you're eating less ultra-processed foods and more whole foods can make a massive difference here. The third thing is actually seeking peer support. If we're in a community, a group of women, and I run women's groups, I run a 90-day, I call it a transformation program, but actually it's about ditching old habits and picking up new ones that are going to serve you moving forwards. But the community involved with ladies who are all going through something can be immensely powerful. So if you're not in any kind of group, that would be a great thing to look at. It might not be for you. Maybe you could do something online rather than in person if that's better, but there are lots of in-person groups around the country as well that you can dive into and share your experiences. Makes such a difference to have somebody as a sounding board. Or maybe you've just got a best friend who's going through it as well and you can bounce things off her or him. Could be. Prioritizing self-care is also crucial. This is so crucial at any time in life, but in menopause in particular, it's not selfish to put yourself first. If you fill up your own cup, you can give to everybody else in your life. But if you haven't, you're going to struggle, you're going to have resentment. So make sure that you really are making yourself the center of your universe. And this book is going to help you to do that because it focuses entirely on you. And we don't get much chance in life to do that, do we? So one of the other things, and this has been crucial for me in the last year, is actually joining a new group, doing something different, having some adventures, finding some passion in something and finding some joy in something. So in the last year, I have done a bikini bodybuilding competition, which I've wanted to do for 17 years and finally became a goal that I achieved. And secondly, I've joined a burlesque dancing group, which is just amazing. It's so empowering for women. It feels great in my body. I've always been the kind of person that needs to be physical. You might not be a physical kind of person, but it's about finding something that sparks some joy in you. It can make such a difference to your day and to your week and to embracing this new stage in life. And that's what we're talking about in this video. So I hope that has been really helpful. I'd love it if you went to buy our book on Amazon, but also if you want to find me on other areas of social media, I'm on Facebook as Ruth Goodwin, Instagram as Ruth Goodwin. I'm also on TikTok, there's lots of videos on TikTok, and I'm under Ruth Goodwin Coaching. So you can find me on all of those. We've got plenty of other videos now in our library on YouTube under Menopause Mastery. And if you can click the subscribe button and like and share, that would be amazing. Such a big help for us. And also share it out for other people that you may know who are going through the same thing as you. And finally, if you want to work with me in one of my 90-day programs, just give me a shout on any of those social media platforms. And also you can work with me on a one-to-one basis. I take a certain number of people on a one-to-one and I work with you through Zoom. So I'm Ruth Goodwin and thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day and take care of you.